This is about whether Oregon stays connected or whether we let the arteries of our state slowly collapse.
Right now at 6, a bill to fund road repairs and potentially save hundreds of jobs barely clears the Oregon House.
Plus, a standstill in the Evergreen School District with stalled staff negotiations delaying the start of school again. Then,
we're just really heartbroken, and we hope that that they never do it again.
A church targeted by burglars and the congregation that's finding ways to keep worship alive.
And how thousands marched through Portland this Labor Day, sending a message, they say, to put workers over billionaires. Thanks for joining us. I'm Christine Pitawanich.
And I'm David Mulco. Our top story at 6. After a rocky start to the governor's special session, a new slimmed down transportation package has squeaked through the House with one Republican voting in favor while a single Democrat voted against.
So it would save hundreds of ODOT jobs and pay for road repairs, but also raise taxes. Evan Watson has the latest from Salem.
The transportation funding bill is now with the Senate, where Democrats hope to pass it through to the governor for final approval. As it stands, the Senate is expected to vote on this bill on Wednesday.
This is an attempt to put a bandage on a wound. It is an attempt to ensure that services are provided.
Oregon lawmakers are one step closer to passing a major funding package for transportation projects across the state. The House passed a slimmed-down version of Governor Kotek's proposal on Labor Day.
Oregonians measure trust by seeing projects completed, roads cleared, and less traffic jams. And the cost of doing nothing is far greater than the cost of doing something.
Representative Cyrus Javity was the only Republican to vote in favor of the bill, helping Democrats pass it after one Democrat voted no. Javity says a 6-cent gas tax hike and large increases to title and registration fees are worth it when looking at the bigger picture.
Colleagues, this isn't just about 6 cents. This is about whether Oregon stays connected or whether we let the arteries of our state slowly collapse. I believe we must choose connection. I believe we must choose responsibility, and so I'll vote yes. We can pay a little more now at the pump, or we can pay a lot later in lives, wages, and lost opportunities.
Representative Christine Drazen, somewhat frustrated with Javity's decision, meaning her Republican Party couldn't block the bill.
Yeah, it was disappointing to me, but also that's the nature of this work, is that we come here to carry the voices of our community members.
Drazen says she will refer any tax increases to the ballot for a statewide vote.
If the Senate decides to adopt this, I will lead the charge to send it out to Oregonians. They should have the last word. I can refer the tax features of this measure out to Oregonians, and they can be the ones to decide. Do I agree that this is such a high priority that I'm willing to pay for it?
Lawmakers narrowed the bill over the holiday weekend, making a payroll tax increase temporary and slashing funding for public transit. The bill also includes fees for drivers of electric vehicles, so they more equitably pay for road maintenance.
We are all bound to ensure that the outcome is what Oregonians deserve, and a transportation system at the end game that is better than what we went into it with. We do need to make changes, but this bill right now is necessary for the moment.
Evan Watson, KGW News.
In your headlines, thousands showed up today for a Labor Day rally in the Rose City. This was branded as the Workers Over Billionaires protest, with folks holding signs and voicing their opposition to the Trump administration's policies. They also chanted as they walked through downtown and over the Morrison Bridge.
I have a sign that says support working families, not billionaire crooks. And that says it all for me. I'm here to say I support unions, I support working people, I support families. I do not support this broliarchy that seems to be rising in our country.
Well, the marchers returned to Waterfront Park around 2:30 this afternoon.
Today in Northeast Portland, several community groups held a rally at Glenhaven Park to protest the Trump administration's immigration policies. The Oregon Rising Alliance organized the event and partnered up with several immigrant justice organizations. It was a part of a larger, coordinated effort by community groups calling for better schools, more affordable living, and immigrant rights, among other things. One of the groups there for the rally was the Portland Association of Teachers.
regardless of whether you have students in the public school system, if you're a part of a union, we know that we cannot win alone on these big issues. We have to come together. And so this rally is just another action we take as part of Oregon Rising, as an alliance, to say that we got each other's backs.
After the rally, people joined a bus caravan up to the ICE detention facility in Tacoma to join a protest demanding the shutdown of that facility.
And staying in Northeast Portland, thousands of customers have been without power since early this morning. Pacific Power says that's because of an equipment issue at a substation. Crews have been working throughout the day to make repairs. At last check, Pacific Power was estimating power would be back on by about 9:30 tonight. At one point, this impacted almost 16,000 customers.
To Central Oregon now, where the immigrant fire has grown to more than 21,000 acres. It's about 20 miles southeast of Oak Ridge and is still 0% contained. Smoke from the fire has been causing air quality issues in the region. Firefighters also say they're preparing for hot, dry air that they expect to move into the area. Matt?
Yeah, there's no shortage of that, especially in eastern Oregon. We have been hazy for a few days now and still are, but our air quality hasn't really suffered because the wildfire smoke that is making it up to the Portland area is all aloft. So we're not really seeing our air quality diminish anymore. It's 78 degrees too, and that's because we had the morning clouds today, helped to put a lid on the heating. Also a little bit hazy. You look out from the Dalles, our camera on the Oregon Veterans Home looking west. Pretty good wind out of the west. So the onshore flow continuing for now. It won't be tomorrow. So things are going to be heating up yet again. Here's the air quality index, and you can see all green in western Oregon. We get over to central and eastern Oregon. It's yellow. So that's the moderate category. That's not totally terrible. It could be better, but it's generally not in the unhealthy category. So we're doing pretty good with our air quality in spite of all that smoke being pumped out by that immigrant fire. It's just been a smoke machine since last week. So tomorrow, about 60 in the morning, we'll be hazy again all day long, but we won't have the morning clouds. And because of that, we'll climb to about 91 tomorrow. Sunset recedes to 7:45 on the 2nd of September. All right, the week ahead, again, warmer for the next couple days. Scattered showers and thunderstorms, though, that will elevate fire weather concerns across a good part of the state. We'll talk about that later. And again, it's going to stay hazy for at least a day or two. Guys?
Appreciate you keeping tabs on it. Thank you, Matt.
In an update, the first day of school for thousands of students in Clark County has been pushed back yet again after classified workers and the district failed to reach a deal.
Celine Stevens is live outside Evergreen Public Schools in Vancouver. Celine, where do things stand now?
David, Christine, well, at this point, it's unclear when students a part of Evergreen Public Schools will get to begin the school year, with the district telling me that the calendar will be adjusted once the strike resolves. Now, I checked in with classified employees today who tell me that what the district was offering just wasn't enough.
This isn't about hurting kids. This is about trying to help kids in many different ways.
While Tuesday was supposed to mark the first day of school for kids a part of Evergreen Public Schools, that's no longer the case. Monday, the union that represents paraeducators, bus drivers, and other support staff attended a Labor Day rally in the park right beside the school's district office.
We're not getting the help we need. We're not getting the pay we deserve. We're not getting the safety precautions we need.
The district presenting their final offer to union members last week, which the union rejected.
Our insurance on average is going up over $65 a month this year, and the raises that they're offering us will barely cover that. And it's not about money, but it is about being able to continue to do the work.
There aren't enough paras to serve the special needs students that we have.
There was no movement happening this holiday weekend either, after the union demanded that the district employees on the negotiating team not get supplemental payments for bargaining outside of regular work hours. The district rejected that demand.
It was the union's position that if we're broke and you need us to take less, then you need to take less as well.
However, the district telling KGW supplemental payments are legal, but they were not paid this weekend. Classified employees on strike with the district saying they need better pay, staffing, and protection, but their passion for their job is what keeps them going.
Sometimes we get attacked by students. A lot of people don't know that we're kind of like the background of the school. They know the teachers, they know the administration. We're the ones that help keep the students calm, help keep the students working.
So although school will not be in session tomorrow, the district will be providing free breakfast and lunch during school days throughout the strike. The details of that can be found on the district's website. They're also going to be pushing out daily messages starting tomorrow regarding the status of school for the following days. Negotiations are set to resume tomorrow. Back to you.
Hope both sides come to an agreement soon. Celine Stevens reporting live for us from Vancouver. Thank you, Celine. Developing this evening, members of One Forest Grove Church are heartbroken after someone stole more than $20,000 worth of musical equipment, cash, and tools.
Joe Ranieri's in the newsroom with more what was taken and how the church is pulling together. Joe?
Well, David, the thieves even took security cameras the church had just bought. They were still in the boxes when they got a hold of them. Now, I spoke with one church member who has been going to the Universal Christian Church for more than 20 years, who has an idea of how they got inside the church in the first place.
It didn't take long for Giovanna Ventura Torres' church to get wiped out.
What was taken from here was our speakers that we were able to purchase new ones.
Wiped out of very expensive music equipment they depend on for services. It was last week when a church member came in here to work on remodeling the kitchen when he realized there was a break-in.
He walked in, he noticed that his tools were gone, and then he kind of looked over at the temple, noticed that our speakers as well as other equipment were gone as well.
The thieves wasted no time grabbing just about everything they could.
Yeah, nearly everything we use for worship, our instruments, microphones, speakers, mixers, in-ears, sound equipment.
Whoever was behind it also grabbed collection baskets still full of cash. But there was no evidence of anyone breaking a door down or breaking a lock to get in.
We're not 100% sure, but we suspect that maybe they entered through one of our windows and then opened our doors to start taking things out.
The thieves pretty much went through the entire church, going from storage rooms to the radio room where the church broadcast services over the radio. But church members stepped up in a big way. One even brought in this guitar so they could still have music and put on a wedding over the weekend.
You know, we are a church that loves helping others out, and we try to do our best, and we help everyone as much as we can.
Church members like Giovanna might be hurting right now.
We're just really heartbroken, and we hope that that they never do it again.
But they are thankful they have each other to lean on.
Now, since the break-in last week, the church has had some new security cameras installed. As for possible suspects, neighbors say they saw two young adults going into the church late last Tuesday night, but they just assumed they were part of the crew working inside and didn't think anything was amiss. David and Christine, back to you.
Thanks, Joe. Appreciate your reporting there.